Good evening. I'm Kevin McNamara. Right now, an investigation underway after a shooting at Shelby Farms left one woman dead. The Shelby County Sheriff's Office says it happened just after noon in the parking lot of the visitor center. Paramedics pronounced the woman dead at the scene. Deputies say the suspect involved in the shooting fled in a car, but a person of interest has been detained in Dyer County. Shelby Farms Park has released a statement saying they are deeply saddened by the incident and reassured there is no threat to visitor or public safety. We'll have more on this story tonight coming up at 10. Not even 2 miles away, but hours prior, another shooting in the Bluff City. This one where Shelby County deputies shot a man they say fired at them first. It happened in the area of Mirage Lane and Spanish Trail Lane at around 1:30 in the morning. Deputies say they received a call about a suspicious person, and they say the man fired at them, and they returned fire, hitting the suspect's hand before taking him into custody. No deputies were injured, and an investigation is underway. Today, the Braylon Murray Project hosted a community event to support families and youth. The foundation was established by Braylon's mother, Sharika Carpenter, in memory of her son who was killed by gun violence on August 3rd, 2021. Braylon's mom described him as a gentle giant, a football player, and aspiring rapper, and she aims to honor Braylon's memory through the project.
We have a lot of young people from the neighborhood that are out that stand against gun violence, and the Braylon Murray Project, we're here to stand with these young people against gun violence because gun violence affects their life every day, whether they know somebody in their family or friend or what, gun violence affects them, and we don't want gun violence to keep affecting our young people.
The initiative awarded several scholarships to young people in North Memphis to help with their academic journeys. This evening, one man is crying foul after he went to pick up a friend at a Memphis apartment complex, only to drive over a security spike, severely damaging his car in the process. And he may not be alone. ABC24 solution seeker Scott Mattis is telling his story and getting answers.
Well, good evening. You've likely seen security features like spikes or claws as you leave a parking lot or an apartment complex that don't hurt your tires at all. The purpose, of course, typically is to make it so people can't come in the wrong way. But the problem at one apartment complex right here in the city of Memphis, the spikes, well, they're at the entrance and the gate was wide open. That's when at least one driver hit the spikes because he didn't see them, causing more than $1,000 worth of damage to his car. Saturday morning, just after 5, James Goodman came here to the Ridgecrest apartment complex off Rangeline Road to pick up a friend. But little did he know, moments after pulling through this front gate, his car and his financials would be devastated.
And upon turning into the Ridgecrest Apartments, I just proceeded to go forward, and I ran over some spike strips.
The security gate broken and open. The security bar also broken and not blocking the entrance. The only obstacle, a simple yellow speed bump that, as it turns out, is not so simple. What Goodman couldn't see, the speed bump also had open security spikes.
Busted a tire, tore up my gas tank, my oil pan, and the molding on the bottom of my car.
As you can see in this picture taken after the incident, gas gushing out of Goodman's tank, saturating the cement.
Had there been any type of warning or any type of flashing light, this has malfunctioned, or any type of restriction to keep me from proceeding forward outside of the spike sticks that were on the ground, which I did not see, I mean, I would have stopped. I mean, who wants to run over spike sticks and ruin their car and ruin their day?
So Goodman tried to talk to the management, but his cries for help, he says, came upon deaf ears. And that's when he called me. I came, I saw, and then I talked with Goodman. After doing so, I also tried talking with management. Scott Mattis, ABC24 News. Through a speaker near their locked front door, I asked many questions, including if they would take responsibility for this dangerous incident, but couldn't get a direct response. My next move was to Alco Management, who manages the property. They too were not interested in talking about or giving solutions to this problem. So I went to Kevin Snyder, a Memphis area lawyer who specializes in consumer issues.
It appears these things are installed wrong. I've never in my life seen spike strips installed on a way in.
Snyder tells me these type of security devices are typically found in areas where the spikes retract upon exit, not engage at an open entrance.
That is so bad to the point that it not only pops his tire, but punctures his gas tank. I mean, that apartment complex should be grateful to only cut a check for the repairs that he has, because if that car had caught on fire and he got hurt or killed, can you imagine what the claim would be at that point?
Now, James Goodman has filed a police report for documentation and is looking to work with a lawyer to get back the more than $1,500 he's already spent on fixing his car. Now, if you're having a problem, reach out to ABC24 News. Call me or email me using the information on your screen. Reporting in studio tonight, I'm Scott Mattis.
Great work there by our Scott Mattis. You love to see a good solution seeker from that, huh?
Yeah, and hopefully getting some issues solved for some of the Memphians out there.
We love seeing that. But what's the forecast looking like?
No issues.
Corey Smith here,
Yeah,
by the way.
no issues with the forecast. It's been
Okay.
gorgeous, and that's going to be the case for the next 7 days. So let's take a look outside. As you get into the rest of your weekend, things are looking pretty good here across the Mid-South. Plenty of sunshine if you are heading out this evening, and as you go into the overnight, should be a clear night. No rain expected. We got the 74 degrees. That's the average for this time of the year. And temperature is actually trending warmer. We'll be close to the 80s as you get a little bit further into the forecast. So definitely feeling less fall-like. Quiet weather continues, though, for the next 7 days. No rain in the forecast. Lows will be in the 40s the next couple days, though, so a little bit cooler to start off the day. But as you get into the afternoon, just like we saw today, very comfortable out there. So taking a look, if you are heading out tonight, your Saturday night forecast, 65 degrees around 7 p.m. We'll be at 53 by 1 a.m. Nothing but clear skies. And as you head into tomorrow morning, more of the same, but a little bit cool to start off. 48 degrees around 6 a.m. As you get the rest of your morning, we're sitting around 64 around 10 a.m., 72 around midday. Hour by hour, what you can expect, not much different from what we saw today, but a little bit warmer in the afternoon. So you can see we're starting off in the 40s around 7 a.m. It's going to around midday, sitting close to 70 degrees. We're in the middle to upper 70s as you get into the afternoon. So that's really the change there. But overall, a pretty nice day to end out the weekend there. So if we have any afternoon plans, sitting around 72 degrees around midday, 2 p.m., 76. Also 76, plenty of sunshine right around 4 o'clock. As we go forward, high pressure is in place right now. We're going to start to really warm up as we head to the beginning of next week. Our wind shifting out of the south as this high continues to move off to the east. That means temperatures above average. So we're talking low to even middle 80s to start off next week, but some changes on the way. You'll see as you get Wednesday into Thursday, we're tracking a cold front moving in. No rain expected with this once again, though, and that is going to cool us off a little bit as we head into the end of next week, back into the 70s at least, but still probably a little bit above average for this time of the year. So the 70 forecast going forward, 46 your low for Sunday morning, up to 76 in the afternoon. We're up to 79 on Monday, low 80s to go Tuesday and into Wednesday. That cold front does drop our temperatures, but still a little bit above average, maybe up to 80 degrees by next weekend. Once again, no rain in the forecast. And I want to show you looking forward. This is going into the beginning of November. Right now, the Climate Prediction Center expecting that warm weather to continue. So that fall chill that we saw to start off the week looks to be pretty short-lived here in the Mid-South. Kevin?
The Tennessee Valley Authority will receive government funding as part of a $250 million grant to improve the power grid. The funds will help boost transmission capacity by 2,400 megawatts, reduce the solar interconnection queue, and connect to 800 megawatts of wind energy. Officials say the investment will create 800 jobs over 5 years, reduce outage durations by 94%, and support reliable, clean energy in the region.
Hey, go vote, Memphis!
Today, the first Souls to the Polls concert took place at Southbrook Mall to help activate voters and encourage people to use their rights.
We have to get everyone in our community activated and engaged in the political process. We need you to out and into the election booth voting. You know, we're trending behind 2020. We need those numbers to significantly increase.
The Secretary of State's office says on the first day of early voting in Tennessee, more than 176,000 people voted in person, and more than 40,000 absentee ballots were received. Shelby, Knox, and Rutherford counties had the highest turnout. The city of Memphis initiated the Own Your Block cleanup project to promote neighborhood pride and improvement. Today in Germantown, volunteers and faith communities joined forces to clean up litter, pull weeds, and mow overgrown lots across the city. Mayor Paul Young commended the efforts and emphasized the importance of community improvement. We caught up with some students who participated in today's community service.
We're just cleaning up to make sure everything grows, everything flourishes. We put mulch down, to make the entrances to the streets pop, and we picked up leaves, we picked up trash, and just kind of cleaned up around the Germantown area to make sure it looks good.
The project is part of the larger Peace Project, focusing on neighborhood beautification and community engagement. AT&T and its union workers have reached new contracts after the longest telecommunications strike in the history of the Southeast. The strike began in mid-August, when Communication Workers of America members have secured raises of more than 19% over 5 years for 9 states, including Mississippi and Tennessee. Meanwhile, postal workers have tentatively agreed with the USPS on a deal that covers 200,000 mail carriers. The agreement includes retroactive pay raises and a commitment to provide air-conditioned mail trucks. As part of the agreement, the Postal Service must consult with union members before purchasing mail trucks without air conditioning. The union members still need to approve the deal, which would be effective until November of 2026. And a Boeing strike that has lasted for weeks may finally end. The union has announced a tentative deal with its 33,000 striking members. The offer includes a 35% increase in wages over the 4-year life of the contract. However, the deal still needs to be approved by a majority of its members before workers can return to work. A vote is scheduled for Wednesday. And a Tennessee court says doctors performing emergency abortions to save a mother's life cannot face discipline. This ruling comes while a lawsuit against the state's abortion ban proceeds. The decision specifies conditions qualifying as medical necessity exemptions, but does not block the ban's criminal penalties. The lawsuit aims to clarify legal abortion circumstances, and it's part of broader challenges in Republican-led states after the 2022 Supreme Court ruling overturning abortion rights. The Junior League of Memphis held its annual Witches Run today to support their mission in advancing women's leadership through collective action and training in Memphis. The 5K and 10K run takes place every year the 3rd week of October, and participants often show up in costume.
The theme this year is Remember Your Why, and what we wanted to make sure is that through our service this next 2 years, that not only our members remember the why of why they are members of the Junior League of Memphis, but why it's very important to serve our community. We wanted to make sure that we are rebuilding our community partnerships one woman at a time, so that we remember that we are valuable, we're viable, and most importantly, we're very visible in our community.
The Junior League of Memphis has been serving the community and advancing women's rights since 1922. Well, that'll do it for our special digital edition of ABC24 News. Make sure you stay up late after all the football is over, because we will be right here for your late news after the game.